IELTS writing. Band description. It's important for you to know the band description, to know exactly what is the examiner looking for from you. Remember, as we said previously, you are tested or assessed on 4 different categories: task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range, and accuracy. So, in order to score band 9, 8, and 7, for example, band 9, here you have fully addresses all parts of the task, which means all of the parts of the task, you completely answer them. For example, they ask you to compare, to discuss, to give your opinion. You answer all of those. Presents a fully developed position and answer to the question with relevant, fully extended, and well-supported ideas, mainly for task 2. Coherence and cohesion. Uses cohesion in such a way that it attracts no attention. That means the transition between ideas and paragraphs is very smooth. Skillfully manages paragraphing. It's very important for you to know how to paragraph and how to manage your paragraphs correctly. Many people lose marks due to lack of skill when it comes to paragraphing. Okay? So, lexical resource, which just means vocabulary. Lexical resource just means vocabulary. Uses a wide range of vocabulary with a very natural and sophisticated control of lexical features, uses a wide range of vocabulary with very natural and sophisticated control of lexical features. Rare minor errors occur only as slips. You make very small mistakes. You use your vocabulary in a sophisticated, flexible way. And it's not necessary for you to use the most complex words you come across. So don't try to use big words and insert them wherever possible. They might cause more damage than benefit if you don't know the correct spelling, the correct collocation, how to use them correctly. Let's see grammatical range and accuracy. Uses a wide range of structures with full flexibility and accuracy. Rare minor errors occur only as slips. So you use different structures. Of course, your tenses have to be accurate. Another thing is you must use different structures: complex, simple, and compound sentences. Actually, the lack of complex sentences or the lack of subordinate clauses will make you lose marks when it comes to grammatical range and accuracy. Academic writing, task 1. Remember, writing, the difference between academic and general training comes in task 1. So let's look at what we have here. Let's look at what we have here. Writing task 1, recommended time 20 minutes. Remember, you have 1 hour for the whole writing test, but they recommend 20 for task 1 and 40 for task 2, but you can divide it according to whatever you see fit for you. Length 150 words. So you must hit the mark of 150 words. You can go above, but you can't be under. And try your best to only sit or to limit yourself to 150 words. You need to accurately describe and summarize visual information. The information may be presented in a diagram, map, graph, or table. Let's look at some stuff. The structure. All of them follow the same structure. This is the most common structure that you should use. Remember, not only a structure can give you the band you need. Structure is just one of the factors that help you. Paragraph 1, paraphrase. Very simple, paraphrase the question. Remember, Paraphrasing a question is literally just saying a question in a different way, or for you to reorganize how the question is said. It's a very important skill. It is rewriting the phrase or sentence so that it has the same meaning but with different words. Let's look at paragraph 2. Overview. Overview is extremely important. Overview is extremely important. Here you show the examiner that you understand and how you plan on writing the rest of your essay. And it's one of the most important factors when it comes to writing task 1. Give an overview of the first main feature. Give an overview of the second main feature. Make general comparison between the information. Okay, so overview is just the most obvious thing. The most obvious thing you can see when it comes to the graph. And you talk about the first most obvious thing, the second most obvious thing. No details whatsoever because details come in paragraph 3 and 4. So you generally talk about it in the overview. Paragraph 3, details of the first main feature. Remember, you have first main feature up here. So here, you give details about it, supporting sentence 1, supporting sentence 2, compare and contrast. Paragraph 4, details of the second main feature, supporting sentence 1, supporting sentence 2, compare and contrast. And it is this simple. That's how it is. Okay? So, how to select information? What are you looking for? High or low values. Something is very high, something is very low, something went up, something went down. Erratic values. That means random, something that's not steady. Biggest increase or decrease. Volatile data or volatile data. It depends on how you pronounce it. It's very simple to erratic, something that's constantly changing. Unchanging data, something that's steady. Biggest, majority, minority, usually in pie charts, those things that look like pizzas. Then you have biggest difference and biggest similarities, major trends, everything is following the same thing. For example, everything is declining, everything is inclining, major trends. Then you have notable exceptions. For example, everything is following a trend except something is opposite. So that's a notable exception. Useful language describing trends. So, what we have here? Going down. You say decrease, fall, drop, decline, plunge, big change, plummet. Okay? Then you have going up, increase, rise, grow, double, triple, rocket, big change. Rocket is going straight up. No change, level off, for example, it leveled off at this, remain the same, remain stable, stabilize. Constant change, fluctuate, which means up and down, up and up and up and down. Then you have positions, for example, reach the highest peak at, or reach the highest, or reach the peak at this. Okay, reach the lowest at or stood at, for example. That's pretty much. You can pause here for meaning, or here you can pause to notice the difference how you use a subject plus verb plus adjective plus noun, or subject verb plus verb plus adverb. It's very simple. Now let's look at example writing task 1. You should spend about 20 minutes on this task. I should have made it a little bigger. I have so much extra screen or nothing. Okay, sorry. The graph below gives information from 2008 report about consumption of energy in the USA since 1980 with projections until 2030. So we have here, summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. So we're going to select, we will select and report information main features, and make comparison. So let's look at what we have here. 100, write at least 150 words. What we have here is a line graph, and you have 6 different lines. You have petrol and oil, coal, natural gas, nuclear, solar, wind, and hydropower. Okay, pause here for a minute and look. See what is the main features. How would you make an overview for this? What are the main features? 1 and 2. And then now let's move on and see the answer, model answer. The line graph shows energy consumption by fuel type in the United States from 1980 to 2008 with projected use until 2030. So here is the introduction, the first paragraph, which is literally just paraphrasing the question. If you go back to the question, you notice they're almost the same thing. Let's look at his overview here. The overview. Remember, we said how important the overview is. It's clear that fossil fuels have been the dominant type and will continue this trend in the future. Fossil fuels. These are fossil fuels. Petrol, coal, and natural gas. These are all called fossil fuels. So he grouped them all together. Nuclear and renewable energy sources have represented a small but significant proportion of the total energy used, and despite small projected gains, it is projected that they will continue doing so. So nuclear and renewable energies are solar, wind, and hydropower. These are renewable energy, and you have nuclear. So as simple as that, this person was able to create an overview. Let's look at his details. Petrol and oil command the biggest share with 35 quadrillion units. And here he put between 2 brackets 35Q. It's called setting precedent. So whenever you come across a number in Q, it means quadrillion. And he continues to talk about it in details until he finishes that. Then he goes to nuclear and the renewable energies, all represented around 4 quadrillion in 1980 and fluctuated up to 2008. And here he's given more details about this, and that's it. 208 words. So pause, look at it, read through it, and try your best to do something similar when you're taking your IELTS exam. Let's look at another type of questions that you will face in task 1. Maps. You have 2 different types. You actually have more than 1 type of maps, but this is the common one. Here you should spend about 20 minutes on this task. The map below shows the development of a village of Charlie between the years 1868 and 1994. So here's a village. Remember, whenever it's a map, you have a map key, which is here below. You have main roads, motorway, and the motorway was built in 1970. Important. Then you have railway built in 1909. Here you have the small part of the map was there since 1986 till 1883, and then so on and forth. You have a straight line, which are these trolley woods, and then you have the shaded, which are these 2 parts, and then you have the slanted lines, which are the rest, all of this, 1970 to 1994. So here, all you have to do is look at the different. All you have to do is look at the different parts of the map. When were they developed, and according to which time period, alongside the roads. Let's look at what this person did. The map shows the growth of the village called Charliewood between 1868 and 1994. The overview. It's clear that the village grew as the transport infrastructure was improved. Because if you noticed, they make a road, something grows next to it. They make a road, something grows next to it. So that's how the person concluded this information. 4 periods of development are shown on the map. 4 periods of development here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each of the populated areas is near the main roads, the railway, or the motorway. Here he starts providing details, and here he continues to provide details about the map. These are examples for other types of task 1 writing. Academic, you have here process. Rough diet in mind is very simple. You just go down, it's sorted, and then you talk about it. What happens next? It goes this, it goes this, until you finish, and then you continue to this side. Remember, whenever you have a process, make sure you know where it begins and where it ends. Here is split, so it ends at 2 different places. You have here, sent to retailers, and then again it goes up, and then here it ends at sent to retailers. So pay very close attention when it comes to this. Here you have pie charts, the pizza looking thingies. Here is very simple. You just look at the majorities, minorities, and you move on. 2-part question. Very simple, literally very, very simple. Introduction, paraphrasing, and then when it comes to the overview, you have details about this and then details about this. And then paragraph 3 will be details about here. Paragraph 4 will be details about here. Then you have this, which is a diagram. You look at it and you mention what you see. Let's look at the general training, task 1. Task, writing task 1, 20 minutes, 150 words. The difference is, instead of reporting on visual information, here you will be writing a letter in response to a given situation. So they'll give you a situation, you have to write a response to it. Example for it here. Your local council is considering closing a sports and leisure center that it runs in order to save money. So here we're going to have to write a letter to respond to this. Write the letter to the local council. In your letter, give details of how you and your friends or family use the center. Explain why the sports and leisure center is important for the local community. Describe the possible effects on local people if the center closes. 150 words. Useful language. Remember, writing a letter, it's formal, semi-formal, and informal. So here's some useful language that you can use. You have beginning. I'm writing this letter with regards to, and so on and forth. I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction with, satisfied with something. Then requests and suggestions. I would be grateful if you could do this or that. I would like you to, whatever, and moving on. Endings. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I look forward to receiving your response and moving on. I await your prompt service. Let's look at an example here. On a recent holiday, you lost a valuable item. Fortunately, you have travel insurance to cover the cost of anything lost. Write a letter to the manager of your insurance company. If in your letter, describe the item you lost, explain how you lost it, tell the insurance company what you would like them to do. Here is the sample answer. Dear Sir, Madam, I'm writing to inform you that I recently lost my digital camera while on holiday in Vietnam. The camera is a black Canon 70D. And moving on, this is the description. I lost it when I was having coffee with my husband, and that's how they lost it. I'm entitled. That means I deserve to make a claim. That's what they expect. I look forward to hearing from you in your earliest convenience. Yours faithfully, John Smith.